We're back. Joining us today is CBL Commissioner and co-founder Mike Morreale. Before we get to the basketball stuff, though, Mike, you did a lot of charity work when you were with the Tiger Cats, especially War Amp
Yep.
spokesman, Hamilton Children's Hospital, and part of that campaign was the Morreale macaroni. So I have to ask, the folks at home when I said it were probably going, "What are you talking about?" But you literally had your own macaroni. Do you still have any?
I have 2 boxes left. We sold 50,000 items, 50,000 individual boxes, and it was just a chance. Again, a hometown kid had been in at the Ticats for a couple of years, coming over in '97, and wanted to do something to give back to the community. I always felt that was really important. So I did a bunch of events, whether it was camps, Dine with the Line with the offensive lineman up at Filthy McNasty's. That was another part of kind of my entrepreneurship. And this was just a way to raise money for the Children's Hospital, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work. I could still see my family hawking, Morelli macaroni boxes out the side door of the stadium, and it was along those lines. And Flutie Flakes had come out in
Right.
Buffalo and all that. So it was a kind of fun, cheeky way to help the community.
It was fun times for sure. You mentioned Filthy McNasty, so give us 15 or 20 seconds, if you can,
Oh
about that
man,
experience too. Jeff White, Don, like you had
yes, it
big time people.
was. We were ahead of our time, I think,
Right.
at that point. We had at our heyday 14 different restaurants, but they started in the Burlington and Hamilton area. The Hamilton launched in '97 with Donovan Bailey and Mike Vanderjagt, myself, and O'Shea, and a bunch of Vanderjagt, I already mentioned
Yeah.
him, a bunch of key players. And it became the destination for Ticat fans. And then it turned into going to back-to-back Grey Cup. So it just, threw fuel on the fire. It was a great place. A lot of fun, a great restaurant, to get nightlife. I still run into people today. They're like, "Oh, Filthies." I said, "Oh, I know. We had some good
It
times
was a
there."
good time. You mentioned Mike O'Shea. I'll give you this quick, but it leads us into the CFLPA stuff. I was in Montreal not too long ago. One time I was there and I met Mike O'Shea in front of Schwartz's Deli,
Yep.
because if you go to
You
Montreal, you
have
go to
to.
Schwartz's
Yep.
Deli for a Montreal smoked meat sandwich. And he goes, "This is the best 45 minutes I've ever lined up for a 12-second sandwich." And that's true too.
That's true.
Yeah. So we mentioned CFLPA though. So you were the president
Yep.
of the CFLPA. Again, another thing that probably gave you some business side of experience of running a sports league down the road. You may not have known it at the time, but tell me what it was like representing your colleagues.
Oh, it was great. I started in my second year, so I was a player rep for like 14 years before becoming president. I became a member at large. Then I ran the marketing side of the business and started trying to. We created what's called Players Inc., which was like a revenue generating opportunity for players off the field in the CFL, and really started, that transitioned into the president of the CFL, and you just learn so much knowledge. Number one, you're a player, you're dealing with players, you understand where the players are coming from, the challenges that they have, the ways in which you can help motivate them, or provide other sources of revenue or support for them. And then you get to, peel back the layers of the league itself. And I was talking to league office people and team people, and getting financial information, and really getting to understand, how everything is made in the kitchen.
Right.
And that was just an unbelievable opportunity, and translated incredibly well into what I do now.
I love it. The business of sport and the CFLPA would have helped you along that line, but also your mentors. Who were some of your mentors?
Well, from a football, almost said basketball, from a football perspective, my cousin Paul was, even though he probably didn't realize he was, like, he
Right.
was somebody I looked up to, and he was teaching me a lot, a lot through osmosis, a lot through just, this is what it takes to get to the next level and to stay there. It was very helpful for me in training camp, etc. Your dad.
Really?
Yep. Your dad
Really?
was probably my biggest mentor, still is to this day. I couldn't tell you, I don't know how many times I would call. You got to remember,
Yeah.
we shared an office
Yeah,
at one
that's
point,
true.
right?
Yeah, we're in the same
Which he
building.
reminds me that he took it over.
That's right. That's right.
But he is, it's to this day, somebody that I can call, send an email with a question or a concern or a comment, and he gets back to me right away and just provides me really good, sound advice. And I'm not just saying that,
Yeah.
Steve. It's tough, when you're the son and the dad, maybe you
Right.
don't see it the same way.
Yeah.
But I've been so happy with, obviously, the great success that he's had, but just the way he conducts himself and carries himself, it's been a real benefit to me.
It's interesting. You mentioned Paul Massotti,
Yeah.
didn't even know it, and you mentioned my dad.
Yeah.
I don't even know it too, but the fact that we can just live under their wings, if you
Yes.
will, we both gain experience from that. So that's really neat.
Yeah.
We need to take a break. When we come back, we're going to learn how Mike switched gears from the business of football to being a co-founder of a professional basketball league in Canada. You're watching Canadian Innovators. Stay with us.